G'day and welcome back to another outstanding episode of Robbo Outdoors. It's been a long time between drinks and I'm finally on school holidays and I'm currently in a private property just outside Bungendore in New South Wales, Australia. So shout out to the Wind family for letting me come out for a night, and obviously it checks all the boxes. There's a river, there's no one else, and obviously it's dog friendly. So you would have also noticed that the Chinese Spy Wagon has had a major upgrade. So stick around for the rest of the video and you'll see me work out my new canopy and all the internal fittings. So thanks very much for joining me and hopefully you stick around to the end. Cheers. So I'll take you through the upgrade of the Chinese Spy Wagon. So I took it up to Mountain Engineering, so shout out to them in Sydney. I saw them on social media and they've had lots of good feedback. So they took the tub off and they fitted the canopy, and I got my sticker made, Robbo Outdoors, so you can say things are looking up. I opted for the ladder, and in time there's going to be the spare wheel holder, so that will be good. It's got a drawer under there, it's got all the sensors, and I fitted it with roof racks to put the Darche awning on. Action 4x4 gave me a 2-inch lift kit and some new tyres, and some new suspension on the front and back, and I think it looks schmick. I also like the contrast of the Xiaoping blue with the black of the canopy. And if you hang around, I'll show you the internals, and it's almost, actually it's pretty much perfect now. So all I have to do now is put my food in the fridge and put the dog in the back and we're away. So a quick look inside, and we've got all my electrics here. So I've got an iTech 100-hour lithium battery, all my solar hooked up. I've got my fridge switch, and I've got a light bar which goes across there, which is amazing. Don't need that yet. I've got the Bushman's upright fridge, I think it's 85 litre, so that runs off the solar. And I've got my drawers with all my cooking things. I'll have my cooker up there, and then this one will be where I put the gas cooker later, and everything's locked up on these push down lockable bars, and then all my other goods and chattels in there. That's a very old fashioned term, goods and chattels, and it's just outstanding. I don't have to bend down into the pull out fridge or look down into it, just like having a normal fridge, and it runs off the solar panel which is on top of the wedge tail platform. I've got my Darche awning thanks to Roof Racks Galore in Fishwick, who just moved it from my old tub canopy to on top of there with a little bit of added height on the brackets. So price wise it was 10 for the canopy and the tray, and it was 7 for the power, the fridge and the fridge holder and the drawers and everything else. So 17 all up, and it's good to go now. So super excited. On the other side of the canopy, we have all my living stuff. So Archie's bed, sleeping bag, my swag, the stretcher, and sleeping bags. I bought this rubber mat. From Clark Rubber, just to protect the metal. All right, we are set up, and as we look down at the creek, where apparently you can get redfin, whatever the hell they are, and you'll see the spy wagon is just about set up. So we've got the Dache swag and stretcher combo as per usual, Archie's bed, we've got the fire ready to go, and some logs. Hopefully that will last the winter's night. You'll see Archie has a new bowl because he's the star of the show, so I thought that only fitting. And I've just got some mesh flooring and the swag. Inside the swag today I've got the Cedar Summit Spark -9 sleeping bag, and over the top I got my good old Coleman Pilbara and just a pillow, obviously. So hopefully that will keep me toasty. And the sun's just about to go over the hill, so we might go for a walk and collect some firewood. So today you might be able to see, or in this case not see, that due to popular demand from a few of the lady viewers, I'm not wearing any pants. So it's a little bit risque of me, I know, but these are the camouflaged pants. They are the British Army camouflage, and they're from Temu, and I think they were 40 bucks. And I'm wearing them all my outdoor activities now. I've got the Merrells on my feet, and they're quite comfy, and yeah, they're really good. So I'm just waiting on some waterproof ones to come for my hikes, and once they come through, I'll have the full set. So happy days. What do you reckon? Good boy. Now I think, because of my amazing ability in geography, this is the Butmaroo Creek. And this property is about 15 minutes outside of Bungendore. Bungendore, which is Latin for place of the rotund wombat. And one of the boys was saying that you can get something called a redfin in there. Now I believe it to be a fish, but I obviously, like Seinfeld, choose not to fish, because in all honesty it's not a sport, and I don't want to get covered in fish guts and all sorts, only to throw it back, because we don't kill God's creatures, except for cows, for steak. Come on. Broken picnic table. If you get the car down here somehow, this would be a great spot. So tonight, I think it might be a bit cold, so we'll get the fire going at about 5 when I feed Archie. I didn't bring a book with me, but I brought an audio book. It's a Spotify audio book, so I'll be listening to that. Get the fire going on tonight, and cooking tonight I'm going to have a T-bone steak and some roast vegetables, which I bought from Bungendore IGA on the way through. So I'll get that going at about 6, and then hopefully get a fire going, and then sit by the fire and take it easy. Yes. So today's snack of choice are some Pringlay barbecue, and I'm just gonna have some water and sit down and soak in the sunset. Alright, so that's the extent of my firewood. So there's 3 big logs and it's going okay. My trusty King's spotlight, I guess, spotlight on a stand. One of my most recent purchases, which I'm quite happy with. So Archie's been fed. Starting to get a little bit cold, but it's okay. I've got the fire going and I'm not really hungry at the moment, so I'll just chill out by the fire and then cook dinner a little bit later on. So I'm going to switch on the light. Alright, so with the light bar, there it is there. I've set my gas cooker up, if you can see. There it is there. So we're going to cook some steaks and some veggies, and I'm just going to show you your first look at the Bushmaster. It's just like a normal fridge at home. It's an upright, and I'll just get everything out. So there's my steak. So we're going to crank a T-bone, and we're going to have some veggies from IGA, which I'm going to warm up, and that will do nicely. So the fridge is amazing. So we'll get that on the go and sit down by the fire, give it a crack. Turn it down a bit. Alright, we'll let that warm up for a little bit. And then we've got Terry T-bone, which obviously you need to have medium to well done. So we'll just let that go. I might put the lid on it if I can find it. There we go. So we'll let that go for a while. The lid on it will cook a little bit quicker. I don't even have a Scoobies about how long each side and all that sort of stuff. Apparently when the blood comes through at the top, it's time to turn it over, or you use a fork and turn it over and go, that's pretty much done. So the veggies are on now. I don't know what's in there, some pumpkin and potato and other stuff. And Terry T-bone's looking good. So I can't wait. So it's about 9 o'clock. Fire's lasted better than I thought. Kitchen's cleaned up. I got my cup of tea ready for the morning. And Archie was sitting at the car door waiting to go in. So I got his doona out and he has crashed. So I'm gonna sit by the fire for about another 10 minutes and then get changed into my thermals and go to bed. Alright, I have to work on my toes. Okay, so I'm in bed, I've got my beanie on. You saw the fire still going, but that's okay, there's nothing around it. It's about 9 o'clock, Archie's in bed. I'm going to have a audio book and then hopefully drift off to sleep. So I will see you in the morning. Good morning. It's about 8 o'clock, so I had a bit of a sleep in. I'm giving my sleep 6.5, 7 out of 10. It's very icy and frosty this morning. We've got a beautiful sunrise, and you can see we'll walk over to the blackberries, and they're frozen solid. Good morning. Let's go. So one thing I did notice with the Bushmaster fridge is that it's got little slots in the door to hold your smaller bottles. I'm not sure if you can adjust them or not, but I have to look at that later. But the fact that you've got everything right in front of you is amazing. So I've got my milk out for my cup of tea, and it's a cracky morning. I wish I just had a fire, but that's something to work on for the future.